guys, and welcome back to Opal and Mint. I am Ashley, and welcome to another episode of Watercolor Blooms. This is where we paint watercolor florals every single week on this channel, and I don't know what I'm painting today, but we're going to figure it out. I painted carnations and snowdrops so far this month for January. I don't know what I'm going to paint today. I think we're just going to sit down, pick up our brushes, and just start painting something. We'll see. You know what? No. I thought about doing a sunflower because I love them and I haven't done it in this book yet. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let's go ahead, turn the camera around, and start painting some watercolor blooms. All right, so I'm going to flip through the pages real quick just to kind of see where we've been, what we've done, and decide what we want to do today. I'm kind of feeling vintagey vibes today for some reason. And this is where we are. Okay, so what to paint? I think I want to paint with my Escoda brushes today because I want to really try it out some more. So I'm going to use the size 6. I'm kind of feeling, I know these don't normally go together for me, but poppies and vintage. Normally I think poppies, very bright, vibrant, but I'm kind of feeling the really thin petals. Okay, I'm not sure, but that's kind of where I'm going to start, and we're just going to play and experiment here. What colors am I going to use? Okay, I think I'm going to break out the A Gallo palette for, no, I don't want to. I'm going to talk about this A Gallo palette in the video when I swatch it. That's what I'll do. It has some challenges for me, and I was going to challenge myself with it. Well, should I? Oh, darn it. Okay, we'll do it. Okay, so let's just start. I'm going to start with, I think I'm actually going to go with red, but just a muted red. So mixing up some of this red with the green that's on there. And we're just going to start. So let's get, I'm using the side of the brush, kind of pushing lightly. Let's see, I'm gonna kind of map out where the center of our flower is so I know where I'm going. I have very little and watery paint on my brush right now, so I'm getting some dry brushing. Get a little bit more water. Okay, this front petal to be shorter. And here's this petal. Okay. Some very, very soft paint right now. All right, I want one that's kind of going up. So this one is kind of this way. Trying to not be perfect with this. To fix that shape a little bit. Okay. All right, so I want to kind of define these centers so we can kind of see where this is going. So I'm going to take this brown. This is the problem right here that I have with these paints. They take forever to reactivate. And I don't know if it's just the paints in this set, but I've never had any other A Gallo paints, but especially for travel painting, I want my paints to reactivate and get some pigment out quickly. And these do not do that for me. A couple of the colors will. But when you have a primary color like this blue, for instance, that I like the color, but I hate that it takes so much effort to get some pigment out. Drives me bonkers. Okay, so I'm gonna start putting some of this in. Right, get some more watery muted red. And put in a little bud here and one drooping down here. And then I want to get one more flower, and this one I want it to be coming up as well. Okay. All right. Battery is running low. All right, so I'm gonna mix up some green that I like. And let's go ahead and put in some stems. Kind of curve the stems a little bit. Go. All right, let's attach the bud. I have not used a cloth at all yet. I'm going to push just a little bit of that back. I'll leave some of it. And then this one here. Connect in the same spot. All right, and then I feel like I want to do something in the background, but okay, so I'm gonna get the size 2 out and do some details. Okay, my camera battery died and I'm not really sure when it cut out, but I got the stems in, and now I'm gonna go in with the size 2. And I want to do in just some little details. So I'm going to take some more red, and I want to we want to mute this as well, but I want to, it's a little bit more pigmented than the flowers. Let's put in some darker details on these, and I don't want to do too much. I'm going to go on the side of the brush from the base here and kind of go up, get a little skinnier up here. I want to do a darker bit along the edge of this. Go. Just some little baby lines coming out. Okay, just some little bitty details here. All right, I rinsed my brush off so I have a little bit lighter amount of paint on my brush. Put more on this back petal. Okay, and then this one as well. All right, I didn't get a center on this one, so I'm just going to grab some of this. Put in a little bit in the middle of this flower. All right, I want to do a little bit more green. We want to do a little bit of leaves, and those are kind of just like spiky, grassy looking things. All right, on these buds, I actually want to put some green kind of going over the base of this. Like there's flower just starting to come up out of that. And just have little spikies coming off of some of these. Don't make them perfect. All right, so there are vintage looking poppies. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do anything in the background, whether I want to splatter or do any kind of drip. I kind of want a background around these, but I don't know. I don't want to ruin it. Let's go for it. I think I'm actually going to take the size 10 brush for this. Oops. Make sure I put this back in here without bending it. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get the largest brush from this one. I'll just use all three of these. And I'm going to wet the surface around the flowers. For this, I'm not going to perfectly outline these flowers. When I want to do like a dark background that goes all the way up to the flowers, I usually mask off an area and do the background first. But for this, I just want a soft background. I might even use the gold paint. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. I'm getting just, yeah, I think that's what we'll do because it'll give a little vintage vibe. We're not going to full on pigment solid background. We'll just get a little bit of this gold. It might show a little shimmer, it might not, I don't know. But I just want to put in a little bit of a dreamy, kind of muted vintage background. So lots of water, kind of lightly. You can even touch the edge of the flowers if you want. That's going to bleed out a little bit, and I don't mind. Yeah, I like that actually. Get a little bit in here. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry, and I will let you see it once it is dry, because it'll definitely look a little bit different dry. But I think that's all we're gonna do to those. And I will come back once this is dry and wrap this video up. I think I want a little bit in this white spot even on this petal. Yeah, that's what I want. I'm not liking the stark white anywhere. So I'm actually putting a little bit of this over some of the petals. So just a very, very light glazing of color here. Okay, so obviously I decided to keep fiddling and playing, and I just kind of, sat in silence and did that. And so here's the finished painting. Definitely a little different than what I normally, everything I do is different. I don't ever do the same thing. But I do love working in muted colors and vintage vibes sometimes. Quite often, actually. I like going really bright or really muted. I like both. Anyways, so here is the end of this one. Let me go ahead and write the date. Today is the 24th already. Man. All right, guys, that is the end of this episode of Watercolor Blooms. If you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you want to see our future videos, hit that subscribe button down below, and we will see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, also, I just finished a house portrait for a friend who is buying their first house, and I'm giving it to I'm giving it to them this weekend. I'm excited to give this to them, but yeah, that was fun to do. If you want to see a video on house portraits, let me know, because I'm probably going to be doing a bunch of them in the near future, and I think I might paint my house. I've never done that, so if you want to see a video, I can do a video painting the front of my house. We'll see. I'm not dizzy or anything.